Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me. I'm in my Model Y here, and I want to talk about finding charging when you're away from your house. Bringing this topic up because just the other day my wife asked me, she was driving like 60 miles one way, 60 miles back, so about 120 miles round trip, and it's really hot out, and it was like a high elevation climb. I don't know how confident she would be to find charging if she needed to charge, like superchargers. So I want to talk like in real basic terms, how to charge the car, where to charge the car, how to find charging stations when you're away from your house, you're on a longer road trip, you're driving, extended miles. Okay, so in real simple terms, the Tesla Supercharger network is a network of chargers that Tesla's created. When Tesla brought out the Model S, they brought out kind of a charging network along highways so that you could charge when you're doing road trips, and that really revolutionized the industry so that you could charge your car, you could take it on road trips, and you wouldn't have any problems finding their own charger. Tesla created their own plug. When they invented their cars, they came up with their own plug. It was different than any other car was using, and so Tesla decided to also bring about their own charging network, their own network of charging, like almost like gas stations throughout the country that would allow you to charge at, and it's just connected with your Tesla account. If your car had free charging, you could charge there for free. Now, a lot of cars don't have free charging, so you have to pay for that. It can range from probably 25 cents to 60 cents per kilowatt hour. As a reference point, this Model Y long range, this is the all-wheel drive version. This has it's about an 83 kilowatt battery size. So if you think of, if you're paying per kilowatt, 30 cents per kilowatt, 80 kilowatts at a supercharger at 30 cents, that's about $24 that you would pay. Now, that's a lot more expensive than it is at my house. At my house, I only pay around 11 cents per kilowatt hour. So it only makes sense to stop at paid charging stations is if I'm trying to get from one city to the next, I'm on a long road trip, things like that. All right, let me give you an example here. So I want to show you a trip here. I'm going to go to, I live in northern Utah, and this location here, Heber City, this is about 66 miles away from my house, just to give you like a reference point here. So if you see here, it tells you where to go, like it's gonna route me on there, but it's gonna tell me how much battery I'm gonna have percentage wise when I get there. I'm 59% now. When I travel 66 miles, I'll get there with 34%, but it estimates the round trip, which is nice because then you're gonna know how much charge you're gonna have when you get back. So I'm going to have 13% when I get back to my location. Now, you do need to consider if you're going to be staying there. If I'm going to be staying there for 4 or 5 hours and the car's going to be sitting out in the sun or really cold weather, that is going to go down because the car has to heat or cool the battery depending on the temperature. So I bet I'd probably get home, probably less than 10%. Now, in your settings here, you can go under the settings for your navigation, and you can make sure that the trip planner is on. I think the default is that it is on. What that'll do is if you're not going to be able to make it to your destination without charging, it'll let you know and route you to a supercharger. Okay, here's an example where the navigation isn't that helpful because if I put in a location, so I'm here, if I put in a location here, this is just out kind of in the middle of, it's just a rural area, Fruitland, Utah, right? So it's 110 miles away. It says when I get there, I'm gonna get there with 17%, but the round trip estimate is -19. So that means I cannot get back without charging the car. Well, it's not giving me any options to supercharge either there or on the way back. So when you're doing a longer road trip like this, you want to make sure that you know where the superchargers are so that you can, because if I get all the way out here to be able to get back to charging, I know there's chargers in this area here, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough battery to get back to there. So if you're doing a longer trip, you want to be more familiar with where the superchargers are located. Now on the screen here, so see how if I touch the navigation screen, there's this menu that shows up on the side. If we touch the charging icon, see the charging icon, the lightning bolt, if we touch on that, that's going to show all of the superchargers from where I'm currently located from furthest away. So it's going to give, let's see if I zoom out here, it's going to show. You can filter this by, see if I touch on this single lightning bolt, that's going to show destination chargers. Destination chargers are like what you'd have at your house. They're not very fast. It's going to be like for overnight. Usually hotels have those. But if I touch that, see all the little gray lightning bolts that show up? If I deselect that, they all go away. So I really want to see, this just shows me the 3 lightning bolts. Those are all the fastest supercharging ones where you'd only have to stop for 10 to 30 minutes to charge up. So it's going to show you all of the supercharger locations nearest and further to you. So I can see right here on this map that I'd have to drive all the way here, all the way down to here to hit another supercharger on my way back, and I may not have enough battery for that. So this is an easy way to find where superchargers at. Superchargers are where you want to go because they're owned by Tesla. As long as you have a payment card on file in your Tesla account, you can charge at those and they just automatically charge your card. The handles are the same that you have at home. Now next to the supercharger name, it does show the maximum kilowatts that the charger puts out. So there's one here that only does 75. There's one that does a 150. All the rest are 250s. You want to go to the ones that have the highest kilowatt capacity because that's going to be the faster chargers. Especially if you have a newer car, like let's say 2020 and newer. Most of those cars are going to be supported on the higher charging, and therefore you'll be able to charge a lot faster than you would, say, like at the lower kilowatts here. All right, let me show you another helpful way in the Tesla app. So if you open up your Tesla app, here's kind of the home screen that you get. If you go to location, and this will show you where you're currently located. Now if you zoom out, okay, I'm just going to zoom out kind of far away here. And if I go, see we have the same options here as we do on the screen of the car. Now if we touch on the charging icon, it's going to show all of our charging locations where we can go. The ones that, see the one that has a little time clock on there, that means there's currently a wait there. There's no charging stalls available currently right now. So we can see all these supercharger locations here, and we can get an idea, well, where's the nearest one, how many stalls are available, how far away is it. Now let's say I wanted to go to this one. Let's say I want to go, see that one just turned 1, so that means someone just unplugged. So this gives you like real-time data on how many charging stations or charging stalls are available. Now if I touch on that one, it'll show the details. 1 of 8 stalls available, 250 max, shows the price. And now we can navigate. If I push navigate, it's just showing me what my current battery level is. It's showing what my estimated range is or what my percentage is when I get there. I can send this to my car. So it just said sent to car. See, it says sent from phone. It's now showing me what's on my phone, and it's going to give me directions. It'll be able to navigate there, showing me I'll get there with 34%, and I can charge there. So this is also a very cool way to search out locations and kind of find locations, to do a little research before your trip to see what charging locations are on the way, how far away it is, how many stalls are available. You can even research the location to see like what places there are to eat there, for example, or what there is to do around there, because you might have to wait there for 15, 20, 30 minutes to charge your car up to continue on to your trip. So guys, those are the ways to find the Tesla charging. Now with my car, this is unique. My car and my wife's Model Y, we both have free supercharging on those cars for as long as we own them, because we transferred free supercharging from an old Tesla Model S to these new cars. So we had two old ones, we transferred these new ones. So we use the Tesla supercharging network wherever we go as much as we can, because it's completely free charging for us. I do realize not everyone has free supercharging, and for that purpose, you may also want to explore other options, so non-Tesla charging stations that you can still pay for, but you can still use and access those. There's a couple apps that I have downloaded. One is called PlugShare. It's an app where you can find charging. Now, it's not, PlugShare doesn't have their own charging stations. It's kind of like a community where people have posted different charging stations. The Tesla ones are on there. All the different companies that have charging, they even have, even on that location, they even have wall outlets that are available. So if you have your Tesla mobile connector where you can plug into a wall, or where people have successfully done that, where a business or a company has allowed someone to plug their car into their wall outlet, they're listed on this website. So you can kind of just search, just like it's like a navigation map. You can just look in there, see what's available. It tells you the cost generally. The other non-Tesla ones that I use are called the ChargePoint app. ChargePoint is one of the bigger networks out there. The other one I have is Electrify America. Now, I've never charged Electrify America because I'm not going to pay Electrify America when I get Tesla charging for free. But But you do need a couple adapters to be able to charge at these non-Tesla locations. Most of the non-Tesla charging stations don't have the Tesla plug. They have either the J1772, that's going to be the level 2 charging. So all Teslas come with this charging adapter plug. So this goes into the Tesla. This is the J1772 plug. So a lot of level 2 charging, like overnight charging, slower charging, is going to be this. Tesla provides all cars with this. If your car doesn't have this, pick one of these up, because you might need this to have. Also, the other good charging adapter to carry is the CCS plug. So if you want to charge at these fast chargers, like I said, ChargePoint or Electrify America or EVgo, those are going to have the CCS plug, and you could just plug in that adapter and then it can plug into your car so that you can successfully charge at those locations. You do need to check your car under software, under additional vehicle information, to make sure that CCS and third-party charging is allowed, or that it's been enabled on your car. So you need to make sure that's enabled. If you're going to like a location where I had on my navigation here, where it's kind of obscure, it's kind of out of the way, you want to see what other things are available. Using the PlugShare app, you can see like what charging is available at the destination to see what options you have. Are you only going to have to use the Tesla network, or can you use these other third-party networks to charge your car when you get there or even on your way? One other recommendation I would give you guys, and I found this to be a helpful resource, and that is I've joined a Facebook group for local Tesla owners in my area. I'm sure every area has like it's either a state or city Tesla owner Facebook group. I found a lot of great information that, especially when it comes to learning about new supercharger locations that are being built, chargers that are being approved or getting permits through the city. Because people will say, oh, I'm driving from here to here, what charging is available? And people will kind of chime in on what they've done or experience that they've had, and that's been helpful to find other charging locations as well. The app is really intuitive with Tesla, in that you go to the navigation or the location and you go to charging, or the charging screen on the screen there, and it just pulls up the charger options that you have. So Tesla's got a lot of good resources. You do have to do a little homework, though, I found, if you're going longer distance, just to make sure that you're covered, that wherever you're going you can get back, or that you have charging when you get there. So I'll leave links to the apps that I talked about here. I'll also leave links to the adapters. You want to make sure you have the J1772 as well as the CCS plug. So if you're going to be going, if you have a lot of CCS charging in your area or along the route that you're going to be traveling, it might be wise to get that enabled through Tesla. If you go to the Tesla store online and you buy the charging adapter, it'll give you the price to enable your car to be able to do that. Guys, if you have any more tips on charging when you're away from home, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.